Welcome to Inside the Courtroom. I'm Carla Schusler with Greg McCollum from the Complete Legal Defense team. And we were talking last episode about gun laws, and we were talking about federal regulations. I'd like to talk a little bit more about that because I found it very interesting when we were talking about it in the office. There are a lot of things that I didn't really understand. So federal law would apply to every state, regardless if a state requires a gun permit, right?
Yeah. I remember I was in law school, and a classmate of mine who was a good friend of mine who ended up working at a pretty high level in the federal government. When we got to law school, she didn't know the difference. We're in law school, and she didn't know that it was federal law and state law. And she ended up working for the federal government later. But there's federal law, which applies to the entire nation, which seems like a very obvious thing to say, like Captain Obvious, okay? Federal law applies to the nation. Then individual states have state laws. And historically, things like crime prevention, crime and punishment, criminal courts, there was a time when that was all state law. And the federal government has gotten more and more involved in it, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. And so there are federal gun laws, federal prohibition laws, and laws that pertain to who can buy a gun. For obvious reasons, shootings and things like that. You know, people decided that they didn't think it was a good idea for people who were crazy, insane, to be able to buy a gun, or for somebody who has a criminal record, a felon, or somebody who's known to have been committing violent crimes to get a gun. So they passed a federal law saying that you had to do a background check.
Very interesting. I want to talk more about that in the next episode. If you'd like more information about the Complete Legal Defense team, you can visit our website.